Hello friends and welcome to ABC with Guersch TV. In today's video we are going to read one of my favorite stories in the Bible, Daniel and the lions. But we are going to need some material before we start reading the book. Mums and dads, aunties and uncles, if you're watching this, please get these items. A rough material like maybe dry glitter on paper or on a cardboard. Fur, you can even use your pets in the house if you got any. A cat or a dog or a rabbit or a fur coat or a fur blanket. And you will need crinkled board, crinkled piece of cardboard or a crumpled piece of paper. Now, without further ado, let's begin our story. My name is Daniel, and King Darius was my friend, but jealous men wanted my power to end. Let's have a look at Daniel and what he's wearing. Oh, can you hear that? It feels like a kitchen towel or a normal bath towel, soft and hard. And here is King Darius. Look at the crown on his head. Wow, what a glamorous king. And the jealous men. Oh, look at their faces. They knew I prayed to God all the time. Look at Daniel praying to God, nice and peacefully. So they wrote a law that made this a crime. Oh no. Listen to the sound of the cardboard. This is probably what the law was written on. Wow, can you feel the cardboard? Can you move your finger up and down and listen to the sound of the cardboard? Oh, I wonder what that sounds like. The men spied me praying. They knew where I'd be. Wow, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 men spying on poor Daniel, who is just trying to pray to God. Then they told the king, so he'd punish me. Look at the jealous men telling the king that Daniel is praying to God. I was thrown to the lions and I started to pray. Look at Daniel being thrown onto the lions, and let's feel the lion's soft fur. Wow, how soft does that feel? Can you stroke the lion's fur? Wow, so soft. Just like stroking a pet. I trusted in God when I got locked away. God sent an angel down into the pit. The fierce roaring lions didn't hurt me one bit. Let's have a look at the lovely angel and his lovely clothes. Wow, it feels so smooth. Look at the lovely glittery colour. Dear God, you showed us that we can trust you. You rescued Daniel and you're here for us too. Amen. What a lovely story about Daniel and the lions. What do you need to trust God with today? Is it in school? Are you going swimming for the first time? Just know that God is always with you, so you can trust him. Just like Daniel trusted God. See you in the next one. Bye friends. Good morning friends and welcome back to ABC with Guersch TV. In today's video we are going to look at a wonderful story from the Bible. David and Goliath. But before we start, we are going to need some special materials. Mums and dads, aunties and uncles, if you're watching this with your little one, make sure to get these things. we will need some cotton wool, so we can use some earbuds, just like the skin and the hair of a sheep. We will also need a grainy but soft material, so maybe you could use a shoelace. And you will need shiny cardboard. It can be gold, it can be silver, it can be any color. And the last thing, hair. You can use your own hair, you can use mommy's and daddy's hair, auntie and uncle, brother or sister, but you will need access to some hair. Now, without further ado, let's start our story. My name is David, and this is my flock. Look at the lovely little sheep. You can see one with white fluff and black fluff. Oh, let's have a look at this sheep's lovely cotton fur. So nice and soft. It's like stroking a real sheep. Goliath the giant scared everyone. I'd say I'd fight him when no soldier dared. You can't even see his face. Look how big Goliath is. And look what he's saying. Fight me. Oh my gosh. Now let's feel the material of his shoe. Oh, it is so grainy, but so soft. Wow. Put on my armor and sword, said the king. Look at King Saul. But they were too big, so I just took my sling. Look at how big the helmet and the sword is, and look at the armor. Can you hear that? Wow, it is so shiny. I aimed at Goliath and launched a small stone. Look at the stone go all the way there. He fell to the ground as he let out a groan. Gah! And look at Goliath's beard. Oh my gosh, it's so long and soft. Try stroking your own hair to feel what Goliath's beard would have felt like. Wow. And look at the stone go all the way to his head. I defeated Goliath and saved the day. I knew I had God by my side all the way. Dear God, we thank you that David was brave and he trusted in you, and your people were saved. Amen. What a wonderful story about how brave David was, and he was so brave and believed in God, which is the most important thing. He was able to defeat Goliath and save God's people. What do you need to really believe in God in today? You can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. Thank you so much for listening to this amazing story. I hope it helps you believe you can do all things because God is by your side. Have a wonderful day, friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Good morning, friends, and welcome back to ABC with Guersch TV. I am so happy that you have come back to see and listen to another wonderful story from the Bible. Today's story is one of my favorite stories ever. It is Joseph and the Dream Coats. Look at his wonderful coat with all those beautiful colours. But as always, we're going to need some material before we start our story. Mums and dads, aunties and uncles, cousins, brothers or sisters, you're gonna need these things before we start our story. The first thing we would need is something colourful and shiny, like reflective card or anything shiny and colourful, just like Joseph's beautiful coloured coats. The next thing you would need is something like a rug. So if you've got a rug at home, if you've got a rug in the bathroom, if you've got a rug right by the door, you could use that because it's a very textured and gritty, rough material. The next thing you would need is something that looks like cow skin. Now I know that might be hard. If you don't have something that looks like cow skin, then anything spotty and soft. And the last thing you will need is silk. Mummies and sisters and aunties will know what material silk is. It is a beautiful, soft material which is so smooth and looks shiny and pretty. So, have you got all those things? Without further ado, let's begin our story. My name is Joseph, and these are my brothers. Dad gave me this coat, and it upset the others. Let's look at Joseph's beautiful coat. Wow, how colourful and shiny is it? If you move it around, you can see the beautiful colours shining and moving. They stole my nice coat and made me a slave. Oh no, look at poor Joseph being taken away to become a slave, and look at one of his brothers holding his beautiful coat, happy that poor Joseph is being taken away to become a slave. In Potiphar's house, God helped me to be brave. Look at poor Joseph. And look what he's wearing now. Oh, can you feel that very rough material? It doesn't look shiny or colourful like his old coat. This looks old and very uncomfortable and feels so rough. Can you hear that? Can you hear that rough material? I was thrown into jail when my master's wife lied. Oh no, look at poor Joseph getting thrown into jail. I made sense of dreams for two friends inside. The king had some dreams that God helped me explain. Look at the king having a dream about the cows and the harvest. Oh, can you feel the skin of that cow? It is so soft, and look at its beautiful brown patches. Oh, let's stroke the cow with its beautiful skin. So I was released and freed from my chains. I helped to feed Egypt, just as God planned. The king made me a ruler of all his land. Now look at his wonderful new coat. So nice and soft. It feels so silky smooth. Doesn't he look like a wonderful, humble king? Dear God, you helped Joseph in good times and bad. You're here for us too. For that, we are so glad. Amen. Wow, what a wonderful story about Joseph and his dream coat. Wow, this story showed me that God is with me all the time. Even when I feel lonely, God will show me that He is here and near and always loves me, and to always remember Him when good things happen. When good things happen in our life, it's so important to thank God. It's so important to realize that it's because God is so good and so loving that these good things happen. And even through the bad things, we thank God that we are not lonely through it. Friends, I really hope you loved this story, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, friends.